work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and the hail sale has been a huge success, but is winding down. We still though have several units with huge discounts. Plus, we have brand new Sierras, $14,000 off list, or starting at $37,105, or 0.9% APR on select new models. Yes, you heard right. $14,000 off or 0.9% APR on new Sierras starting at $37,105. So please check us out at cobblecars.com. All deals with roof credit, stock number G289358.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Hey, y'all.
What?
What's up?
Wait a minute now. I'm supposed to be the one.
Minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Yeah.
I wasn't finished.
No, I'm supposed to be the one. Man, where you been?
Been 3 hours down the road.
Doggone it.
And now I'm back. How we doing, gents? Long time no see.
Jay, we was rolling over here when Austin was gone, wasn't we, Jay?
Yeah, we was, but I had to put him on notice, though.
No, Mike.
I had to put Austin on notice.
You think you have to put me on notice a lot. I know nothing about what I did or didn't do.
He knows exactly when he got that text message. Where you at? It's
right.
Like, it's time. Your vacation time is up.
And you should have hit him with the what's my guy's name? It's time. You should have hit him with that, Jay. Right. Get him back on the road.
You have a good time.
Yeah, Austin, we missed you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was a good time. The only bummer is my dad ended up breaking his leg playing pickleball.
No.
Yeah.
Overstep?
No, I think I still don't know exactly how it happened. So my dad and I were on a team.
He was trying to French open it?
No, he wasn't. That's the crazy thing. So it was just like we had just got done, quote unquote, warming up. A bunch of people that haven't played a bunch of pickleball before. There was a ball that got hit between me and my dad. He went for it. I was behind him, backing him up, got past him. And what I think happened is his feet maybe got tangled up or he didn't step far enough. And then he started going down, twisted, and fell on his left hip. Ended up breaking not his hip, but actually the ball of the femur at the very top. Cracked it all the way through. Ooh. So couldn't wiggle his toes, couldn't put any weight on it or anything. Ooh. So about 10 minutes ago, he just got taken back for a total hip replacement. So T's and P's to dad.
The only good thing about that stuff is he'll be up walking tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah,
once they replace that socket,
they get you right back in there. So that's
my dad's done that.
Cream on dog doo though.
Wait a minute. I what?
Yeah, well, the fact is you're up and walking.
But wait, I need a correlation of the whipped cream and the dog poop.
The good thing is that the whipped cream is that you're walking.
Oh, okay.
The dog doo-doo is how you got into surgery.
Oh, okay.
Whipped cream on dog doo-doo. I can say something now.
You could. Thank
Wait
you.
a minute.
Thank you
I had to make sure I understood that one. I don't know if I can use that one. I like to use a lot of your stuff, Jay. You got some good one-liners, but god dang it, I don't know if I can use.
Well, what are your
whipped
best
cream
Jay
on
one-liners?
That fits.
We're not gonna go there.
That fits correctly.
It does, Jay.
Because usually after you have a big major surgery like that, you're in the hospital for like a week.
Facts. That's true.
Now you get
but I wasn't when I got
you experienced whipped cream on dog dude whipped cream.
Yeah, when I got my Achilles done, I was out of there.
And you was walking? Negative.
Yeah.
No, you was not. He's walking. He'll be getting his steps.
How you know I wasn't walking? I was a Superman after the surgery, my boy.
Guy who's not walking, Dame Lillard.
Ooh.
Still got that Achilles issue. Maybe he's up and walking by now. A couple months out from that. But speaking of whipped cream on dog doo-doo, the dog doo-doo is he got released. The whipped cream is he gets to pick his new team. There's early reporting out, gentlemen, that Dame Lillard has already gotten calls from 3 teams across the NBA.
Are they contenders?
2 of them in Cali and 1 of them on the East Coast. Out East, Boston has inquired about Dame Lillard. Out West,
Negative.
Golden State and Los Angeles, the Lakers, have inquired on Dame Lillard.
I'm going to let Jay go first on this.
Jay, of those 3 destinations, not final, not his preferred, just the ones that reached out early on, are any of those 3 teams a good fit for him? Next year, remember, not this coming season, but in 2 years.
Yeah, I think the 2 West Coast teams are. He's old enough in his career. He's made enough money. He can go back to the crib. He's from Oakland, so Golden State would be a good fit. He can bust it, but Lakers would be good for him. Boston is not good. He ain't going in there. He ain't no East player, man. That's just not him. That's not the dude. That's not him. He went to Weber State.
Utah.
Yeah, that's where my brother went. Trust me. That brother does not need to be out there in Boston, of all places. A year after, negative. That Boston Tea Party out there, they still operate out there under those things. Stay across the street.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you like a TIS. You understand me? I'm gonna add on to what Jay said. I'm gonna go a little bit beyond the veil on what Jay just spoke. East, I agree. But not for the reasons of not just going east. Boston is going to be garbalicious.
Definition. Make them girls go low. Go.
They're going to be garbalicious. So unless you paying me top premium dollar.
Dame Dollar.
Which is his name. I'm not looking at you with any feeling of wanting to hit the cross the West Coast to East Coast airplane ride. I mean, I'm telling you, if what happened to him, he's immediately out of Milwaukee. He was on the first thing smoking the minute. I'm telling you, he didn't stay in no house. He put it on the market. He was gone. Because that's how, it is up there. Now, I don't think Golden State is a good fit for his age.
What if Steph retires after next year?
Coming off of because they're going to be garbalicious.
Okay.
And the style that they play is going to require a lot of running around, is the reason why Klay Thompson is no longer there. I don't think he's effective with having to do all of that. Now, Steph can, but Dame's style is not that. Dame's style is methodical. It's not slow, but it's controlled, it's run stuff, it's get down, it's hip you, it's really controlled.
More pick and roll than movement.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I don't see that. Now, I actually think that LA could be a good spot, but I think with everything going on, unless you know and you dictate the term of the shortness of it, 1 year out, take a sniff, see what's in there and get the heck on out the room. Did somebody poo-poo in here or or is the air freshener sprayed nice and clean? That's the kind of feeling you would feel about LA right now because you're not sure about shaky. I ain't going to say shaky Jakey, but your boy Pelinka, Shaky Pelinka. Yeah, his new name is, we got to come up with a name for Shaky Pelinka.
Man.
but he's super shaky. So I don't know if I'd want to go down and dip into that, poop farm.
I think with him, financially he's fine because he's going to make $100 million, so they'll be able to mid-level him. So, and you can add on some stuff there for him. I think with the Lakers, main reason Lakers called him is because they're in like PR recovery mode.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I mean, if DeAndre or DeAndre Ayton doesn't go, then you really, you're
back to Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, and there's a report that they're.
And you got Luka. That don't work.
Right.
Luka Dame don't work. I don't care. We've tried all these different angles.
And older Dame too.
Yeah, it don't.
They have a report that the Lakers have an eye on a center, but the team that the center's at has to make another trade. That ain't gonna work. That's just kicking keep pushing the goal line. So I think for him, if there's somewhere where he believes in 2 years, that means not this season, but next season and potentially the season after, they're going to be competitive. Then you sign with them and then you rehab with them. I mean, because that's what teams are going to do. You can kind of get into the system, but otherwise, just take a year off and then just get healthy.
That was going to be the next question. That's a really good segue. If you're Dame, is it better for you to sign this summer, or do you wait and see what unfolds over the next 365 days or so in the NBA? Do your own rehab with your own doctors that you trust, and then next summer, figure out where you're going to play. Taking meetings, where and when you legally can with these teams to try to, parse the landscape. But if you're Dame, would you rather get in the building now or wait 365 days and then see where the league is at to see if you have a better landing spot?
If I'm Dame, I'm chilling. I mean, he's got some.
So signing next summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wait.
He got some personal stuff he's got to tie up. Unfortunate for him, he found out some stuff. So it's a great time for him. First of all, there's no benefit for him because the mid level is not going to change because he's with the stretch thing, he's already set. So not turn away $14 million now, but I doubt somebody's going to pay him that to rehab.
No.
Right. So
no,
unless it's worth it to be in the building, you should go to the crib.
So here's the thing. I think if he didn't hit this situation, I think the perfect spot hit for him would have been Dallas with Kyrie out.
Yeah.
But with both of them in a similar trek, it doesn't make sense at this particular point, right? But if you can get a Dame, if they weren't on the same trek, that would have worked. Getting him in there with Kyrie being down, then when Kyrie comes back, now you got something. You can work both of those angles, and with the Cooper flag flow, yeah. And I would have liked that, but not with them being off track.
So Bada Bing asks, how many 34-year-olds can bounce back from an Achilles injury like that? Well, number one,
did.
KD
did.
Which, Strick, I'll ask you, which type of player is the Achilles more important to? A tall scoring wing like KD or a lead guard like Dame Lillard?
The Achilles is more exposed and more important for the Slim Reapers.
Okay.
With Dame's shooting ability, I think the thing that it could affect is range. Because Dame he's a jump shooter. He's not a LaMelo flat foot sling it shooter, right? He's not a Dirk and can arch it from everywhere just by basically jump. He's a jump shooter, right? So if he can stand and just elevate, I think he would be fine. I think his range is going to be affected, and I think his abilities to elevate as he used to, because he used to be able to, you catch you slipping. Watch out.
Yeah.
But if he can still handle his mid-range with just regular range and someone else handling where he can just spot stretch and one good move to a mid-range, a team like that, he'd be fine.
Which sounds to me like LA, trying to build around Luka, get a respected guy like Dame Lillard in the building. But then to that point, Dame's going to be 35 in 2 weeks. He won't play in the NBA again until he's 36. You got to have a role for him. Like you're talking Mike Conley territory, I think, for Dame Lillard. The other part of this with Dame is the Bucks aspect of it. They swapped Dame Lillard out essentially for Miles Turner, Brook Lopez also out the door to the Clippers. Good for the Bucks, trying to find a way to retool around Giannis. But Jay, it didn't sound like Giannis was all too happy about, everything they had to give up for Dame just going out the door with the largest stretch provision in NBA history. Now.
Yeah, that's not how you want to get Giannis' attention all the way over there in Greece. Because he's on extended vacation. I think also, like we mentioned, it started with when they got rid of Drew Holiday, and that was a close friend of his,
and the other one, Middleton,
Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton for sure. But I think Drew brought something to that locker room and with Giannis that helped him reach the pinnacle. And then within 12, 15 months, you're like, all right, we're going to get rid of not only defense, but our leader in the locker room and bring in a little bit more flash. Now, I think him and Dame gelled pretty good. But you also know that these superstars are looking at it from a business standpoint, or what are the assets and what are you trying to do? Because they know everything that happens upstairs, move-wise, affects their legacy and their career. He's already really taken a hometown discount by staying. He kind of pushed it all in and said, hey, Kareem was here at one point in time. Doesn't matter what market you're at. Milwaukee's a small market, and he chose to stay. And this is how you repay him. Now, I think some of the moves that they've made is okay, but, I think Miles Turner is a better and younger option than Brook Lopez. But ultimately, you better, if I'm the owner of the Bucks and the GM, and probably Doc Rivers as well.
Depending on how long he's around.
No, I'm just saying right now, those three, you better fire up the jet. You better go find Giannis somewhere and have a meeting, meet somewhere. I don't know where he could
go to Santorini. Yeah. Take him on vacation.
No, just say we got to sit down. This is how important you are to us, and this is what we're doing. So you can pitch that. You can kind of have you're definitely off the grid over there in Greece, right? And it doesn't matter if they see, but you can really lock in and maybe sway his mind or inspire him to come out and give his stamp of approval. Because right now you don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, this is this is kind of similar to a few things, Austin and Jay. Buying a car sight unseen, buying a house without doing walkthrough, going on a blind date. And those are some of the things that come to mind when I think about, and if you're going to buy a business or you're going to do business with someone, let me just speak for me personally. I like to meet you. I like to sit down. I like to talk with you. I like to understand you. I like to get a little bit of rapport with you, a little bit of understanding of kind of how your mind thinks, to watch and look at because you outside of seeing you could be over there rolling your eyes at me and all kinds of stuff based on some stuff I may be sharing. But I can tell the engagement, the intent, all of these things as if I'm sitting there across from you. That's what they need to do with Giannis at this point. You don't want Twitter beefs back and forth. You don't want a call, because then you can't understand, it's not a language barrier thing, but you can't understand
what's the nonverbal communication?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those cues.
Body language.
You don't get to see, you want to be able to see that, so then you can really assess what it is. You don't want to have to wait too long, because people are falling off like flies in the free agent market. You want to be able to understand what you can do. Is there anything you can do? Are there assets here that we can't? You really don't have any. And so really your best asset right now on that team is Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to gauge that stuff. And like Jay said, I probably would have been on the first thing smoking. Once I seen some tweets and things like that coming, I probably would have been on the plane trying to figure out how I can not, you can't make everybody happy with moves, but at least you can get an understanding prior to moves being done, so that the best player on your freaking team and a MVP champion brought you to a championship, and now again, you're like Jay said, you're removing guys that not only I like, and then you kick my brother off. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was a joke, but yeah.
But it happened.
But it did. You see what I'm saying?
It's tough, man. I mean, it's when these teams, in this football too, you fight, scratch, and you hope that you get a franchise player, especially in football as a quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes, so forth and so on.
Edge rusher, maybe.
Yeah, or somebody, like that, or like like when he goes to pro, Jeremiah Smith, all those dudes, right? It's either you got
Des
him.
Bryant, son.
You got him, or you luck into him, right? With Jay Daniels, nobody, thought he.
Nobody thought.
SGA, Shea
right?
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shea,
yeah,
right?
Like that,
no one
right?
Jokic, right?
You work you work for when you're in a decision making position. You hope and pray, and then you work to get one. And in some cases, like Rob Pelinka, you have a few, right? And then you just screw it up.
Just like that.
Just like that. I mean, you had nobody knew Giannis would be this good when you saw him.
Yeah, skinny little kid.
You never knew.
Yeah,
right.
You didn't see it.
He had a lot of business. You never knew that, right? You really never knew. Shea.
That's a win. It's a win.
So you're playing with house money now.
Mm-hmm.
You draft the wrong potential, what you always do, generally, right? Coming over from Greece, it's going to be potential.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get the light-skinned eye bandit
from Greece,
like Booth, who messes up here.
Yeah. Well, you get him over here, on a potential, and then he develops in it, and then you just need to get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to be essentially picking his brain on what's the best for you, because his game is obviously changed and expanded.
Yeah.
But now you up here getting rid of everything. You're giving away the house. Now you give away the double house because the guy that you got for it, you're going to be the GM that runs him out of town.
And it's one thing if you're Los Angeles or New York. It's another if you're Milwaukee. You've never shown proclivity to spend to bring that next replacement in.
That part.
Yeah. Well, also.
And you got coaching issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything.
It's a lot.
And now you did do him a favor. He didn't like Griffin. But the worst part
But he chose him.
He did.
You forget. He soured on him really quick. That was Giannis's pick.
Here's the analogy, though. It's always cool to have the thought that having a roommate is cool until you don't take out the garbage, you don't clean up after himself, and you don't flush the toilet.
Yeah, Darvin Ham.
That's him. Yeah.
I mean, for real, they did the same thing there. It was.
Oh, I thought you said that about Darvin, who was your roommate.
No, Darvin Ham. It was a very similar. Jay's basically saying a very similar thing to what happened in LA.
Yeah,
it's another similar
Steve
thing.
Nash in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn with that situation, because it was KD in that group, and Kyrie. It was the same thing with T. Lue. But what I liked about T. Lue
in Cleveland,
but T. Lue handled it probably better than anybody ever did. I saw the interview, and I think I might have shared it with you guys, or we maybe even seen it, where he kept, this is what made T. Lue different, I think, than even a Steve Nash, who he literally went to Bron and said, yo, we need you to play better.
Oh, at halftime.
Like, we need you to score. We need you to not turn the ball over. We need you to do this. And we need you to do that. You know what I'm saying? What else? Is there anything else?
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean?
Then he went out and
he goes out and talks to his boys. You try to go get the homeboys to get on your side. Man, T. Lue tripping, man. And I can see that type of stuff because, I've seen that type of stuff happen. You try to go to a couple people and then you trusted him before. Why not now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Oh, he right. So now you go out and do your thing.
But the thing is, T. Lue was close enough removed from being a player.
Yeah.
Or close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he still had that in it.
Or you have to, or you,
Steve Nash ever had that.
Or you either have to be like that, similar to T. Lue, because another one wasn't able to do it, and that's Derek Fisher. Mm-hmm. So some of these guys aren't able to do it. Isaiah Thomas,
Bird, and
Terry Porter. I love Terry Porter, good dude, but just wasn't able to do it. He was the one that tried to go to the extreme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got to figure that out, or you got to be like the Zen master. And you gotta hit him with the Obi-Wan Kenobi. You don't want that type of game. You go rebound tonight.
And darn if it didn't work.
Hey, Phil Jackson used to have them incense in there, boy. You be tranquilized.
You
to have you under hypnosis.
Phil Jackson hit you with the Obi-Wan, bro.
Yeah, boy. He hit you with the Men in Black.
Right.
So
Neuralizer.
You thought you was the number one option? No, it's not anymore.
Look over here, sir.
You are the seventh guy on the bench, my brother.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, T. Lou, let me tell you something about T. Lou. I was listening to this thing. They said T. Lou, he ain't back down from nobody. They said that when Kobe was young, missing all them shots and being selfish, that T. Lou was the main one telling him, man, him and your boy Pretty Rick Fox was the one that called him to the carpet. So that's just T. Lou.
Mm-hmm. It's just him.
Yeah.
And here's what I love about it.
Back, though.
Here's what I love about it before we go. I love that because he was a quiet assassin when he was here with us. Because he understood, but he listened. He would learn. He would watch. He would observe. He would soak it in. And then once he got to a position, he was able to start to apply it. And that was what I love about what
he was cold-blooded.
Love it. Let's go ahead and take our first break. We'll talk some NBA when we get back as well. Denver intrigues me. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I know you guys mentioned he signed the Supermax. What does that mean for OKC in the next few years? They seem to like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Will they face the same obstacle of having to trade one of them like they did about a decade ago? Or will, with all their first-round picks, they just cycle through those role players in the first round and keep their big three together? This is On the Block. Strick, Jay, Austin, more after this.
Follow Austin, Strick, and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Attention baseball and softball players. The Nebraska Dominators are looking to add players to their baseball and softball teams for the 2026 season. Tryouts are happening now for all age groups, ranging from 7 years old to 14 and under for baseball and 7 years old to 18 and under for softball. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more information today.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us for Early Break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the brand new Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket. We'll showcase the brand new hotel and preview its grand opening. That's Early Break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
We're back here on the block. Austin, Jay, and Strick with you. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 2 days from today, the 4th of July. Jay Foreman, I ask you, where are you going to get your grilling supplies for the 4th of July? What are you throwing on the grill? Where's it coming from?
It's coming from the Mercado. I haven't decided on my menu yet.
What are the options right now? I mean, I know the Mercado has every type of meat and every type of cut.
It's definitely ribs for sure.
Okay.
With the family recipe with barbecue. I make my own barbecue sauce.
Mm.
Takes time, Austin.
It does.
You
Not rushing into it.
You have to prepare.
When does preparation start?
For the ribs?
Yeah.
Tonight,
tomorrow?
Thursday. I'll get them all prepped and so they fall off the bone.
Mm.
But I'm gonna have some. I think I'm gonna do some Fred Flintstone beef ones too.
Ooh, okay.
You gotta cook those a lot different.
The things you learn as a grill master.
Yeah, you gotta step up. But the best news is I have plenty more options because Austin, while you were gone, gallivanting. See, ticket. Hey, everybody on the text line, I'm disappointed in you guys. You guys can just text in your apologies. All you guys are mechanics. Nebraska is full of I can fix anything. People ask you guys. We're going to allow you guys to come to the crib to fix the Traeger. None of you guys. One guy could give me an option. But then, Austin, while you were gone, the Blackstone thought it was going to go down.
The who?
Oh.
My Blackstone grill.
Oh.
First he's down to Traeger. Now you're down to Blackstone.
But I fixed it. I fixed that. Then I upgraded my gas. Now I'm still waiting on the part for my Traeger. But I'm back in full effect.
Almost full effect. You're waiting on the part.
Because I had to bring out my old charcoal.
The old
reliable. Yeah.
The old reliable.
Mm-hmm. Cleaned it out. Got it over. So we all set.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so it's ribs.
I'll leave again so you can get the part and fix your Traeger.
Yeah, I'll do some ribs and some burgers and stuff.
I like it.
Get the music going.
I like that for you.
A couple of drinks. I'm gonna go over to Kevin Meyer's spot.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. 13th and South.
13th and South. And
Kevin's in tomorrow, by the way. So we get one last Thursday before the 4th.
Hey, they had us last week. It was a double dose. Woo!
I know.
My gosh.
Between Kevin and Upside.
I was hurt. Woo.
You know what? We made it.
We made it.
Another guy that made it, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Supermax. No surprise. No, you guys mentioned that a little bit. But here's, I think, the question for Oklahoma City. Do they go the route of keeping their 3 stars and try to go against the trend of, 2 studs, 2 stars is what it is? Do they try to keep SGA, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren all around on max deals? Or do they end up trading one of them away for whatever they can get? Stricky, which to you is the smart route for OKC, and do you think they take it?
So, again, shout out to them for doing what, for working their mojo and their magic. Across the board, from the top to the bottom, everybody on that team. I talked about some things I loved about them, especially them continuing a team concept. They're facing options and decisions. Do we want to continue to be very efficient, effective in how not only we draft, how only we manage this roster, not breaking the bank and doing like a lot of the coastal teams and shooting through tiers like a doggone Elon Musk rocket goes through the atmosphere, right? They don't want to do that. I don't think they want to do that. They have assets galore. They have draft capital. They don't have to go out and go crazy in the free agent market. They still have a year to which they can still decide, right? Well, actually, no, it's going to be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to decide at some point next year, and usually sooner than later than is better.
To give yourself the most time to plan.
So here's my thought. You've got a young 7-foot center who has tremendous abilities to handle upside, still haven't probably peaked in his physicality as of yet. And I think you have a great asset in Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, the thing about that, if you decide to stay with Chet, you're not going to be able to keep both. So you've got Hartenstein in a place to where he has 2 years left. He becomes a tradable asset with the assets you have, if you're going to choose Chet. If you choose Jalen, he's going to go through the roof as far as what he can get paid. He's not going to touch. I don't think he touches super max status, but I think he touches max status. I don't think he's super max. I think he's a max. But his stuff is going to shoot up. You can't have both of them, not with the way that it is tier-wise. And if you're trying to remain, you've got too many assets to hit tier 2 and barrel through it. Unless you're saying we're going all in on a back-to-back with a tradable asset in Chet Holmgren and still draft capital. So to me, I think you go ahead and run it back with both of them, sign them both. They're both valuable trade assets that no matter what you sign them for, you're going to be able to move them anywhere you want. So I say run it back, pay them, but before you hit second tier, which is going to be not next year, but the year after, then you decide on, do you move Hartenstein? Do you move Chet? And then we go back to the original plan, which is using these assets and all of these valuable tools that we have, get back under tier, and let's move on to the next flow of what's out there. And maybe we jump up high enough to get the band. Psych. That ain't gonna happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd
be wild, wouldn't it, Jay?
It'd be like OKC is like the new San Antonio Spurs. Everything's just working out for the favor. I think eventually, if Chet has to leave, and he should leave. You gotta trade him when he's at his height, which is probably after next year. But that's my opinion. Here's why: because I think Williams gives him more flexibility. There's more guys. The NBA is kind of a wing like league right now. Chet has unique skill set. He needs to go somewhere to flourish where he is the clear-cut number 2. He needs to go back to the crib.
He needs to become Porzingis in the New York age.
He needs to get up out of there.
Remember
I like
Porzingis
Chet. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be a good player. I think for his body type, for the way he's built, he needs 3 or 4 more years where you're going to finally get him mature. Now he's very young, obviously, only playing 1 year. That's why I think it would time up for him to be able to go off on his own. And I think that he needs to go somewhere and flourish. Not right now, but I think when you make this move, when you think about this team 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it's Shea, probably Williams, and you could get away with your boy. Was it Hartenstein? Hartenstein. And hope he continues to develop, because he's not Chet, but he can kind of fill in the pieces, and you can get more complementary players, even though you're going to lose a big piece in Chet. I like Chet there, but I just think it's just too many. Money-wise, too. Chet don't need to take a discount to play there.
Right.
Well, then in that case, if you think you can get more for Jalen Williams, if you think that you can talk some team into saying Jalen Williams can be our number 1 and Chet can be our clear-cut number 2,
then it works out.
Even though I like Jalen Williams more as a player, I think it's going to be easier to find the next Jalen Williams than the next Chet.
Yes.
I think Jalen Williams has a higher ceiling. I think he has a better chance of being a team's number 1 option. But I think what Oklahoma City does is built around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on offense and Chet Holmgren on defense. That's why they are so aggressive on defense, because they know that Chet is switchable enough and he can patrol that back line. I mean, he's averaged over 2 blocks per game is his 2 seasons that he's played in the NBA, right? So I think you would get less for Chet than you would get for Jalen Williams, which is why, even though I think I like Jalen Williams more as a player, and you don't want to disrupt the locker room too much, and if Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander were boys, you don't want to necessarily trade them. But I think Chet Holmgren is one of the backbones of what OKC wants to do. I think they built a lot of their identity defensively around him. And I think it would be a lot easier to convince some other team to pay Jalen Williams max money than some other team to pay Chet Holmgren max money, just for the relative positional value they provide.
Yeah, I can see it both ways. We both can be right. But see, I think a different mindset. I think these NBA teams are now going to be in love with the aura of Chet Holmgren on defense. So they'll be willing to overpay Chet. I think I'm agreeing with you, but also I'm just looking at for some team out there. First of all, the suckers would be the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah, hometown kid.
Right.
Yeah.
So then there he is. That's your first sucker right there. You'll overpay him. I mean, heck, at this point in time, now it would never happen. You could call up Rob Pelinka. Now, take the salary cap and all that stuff aside. He's a sucker. So essentially, what happens in this situation, you see this in football all the time. You try to find the sucker.
They tried. That was Phoenix.
Right. They tried it. And this is how they were able to build their championship. Let's see who we can fleece. OKC is the NBA version of the Philadelphia Eagles. Essentially, everything they've done, every in-season trade, not every, but majority have been calculated, especially when they pick up really good players, all the way back to when they picked up a House of Spears and the big defensive tackle from the Vikings, needed some help with, with injuries, and then able to get draft picks. Unfortunately, Chet would do great back in Minnesota. He'd be phenomenal.
Once the Stifle Tower is out of there.
And that's who would look really good in OKC. A little low key for him. He tried to think he was Anthony Edwards and doing the thing and doing, spreading his love out there. It's like, you know what, I'm done. Send him down to OKC, get him in a nice little team environment. We'll take Chet back to the crib. Minnehaha Academy. Finest.
So then are they trading for Jalen Suggs too?
They'd like to. But I don't know about him though, man.
You don't know about him?
You not sold?
I am, but I'm not fully sold.
Stricky, you sold on Jalen Suggs?
I think I've seen progression from him, and I think I just thought they were oversaturated at the guard position to where there's always this looking over your shoulder, this doubt. Sometimes when you clear the room,
this year will be the year.
This will be the year where you'll really see.
If he really, really steps up. Anthony, I think Cole Anthony's gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Traded him to Memphis.
Traded him, and so now it's like, all right. Now
Markelle Fultz is a free agent as well. See if they bring him back.
And so now this is your show. Even if they do bring, this is my team.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's Paulo's team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from
my position.
My position, he's like kind of the point. Obviously, Paulo can handle it, but yeah.
Fair. Who's playing shootout today?
Jay.
Sure.
Okay, that means Strick's playing tomorrow, right before Thirsty Thursday.
So
Jay Foreman is your opponent for shootout.
Jay, I went nuts last week.
Foreman. We need a caller on our Honda's Waiting Hotline, 402-464-5685. We're giving away $30 for Buffalo Wings and Rings, but you got to beat Jay Foreman in trivia. See if you can do it. That's how we'll wrap up hour one.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and the hail sale has been a huge success, but is winding down. We still though have several units with huge discounts. Plus, we have brand new Sierras, $14,000 off list, or starting at $37,105, or 0.9% APR on select new models. Yes, you heard right. $14,000 off or 0.9% APR on new Sierras starting at $37,105. So please check us out at cobblecars.com. All deals with roof credit, stock number G289358.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
It is indeed time to play the game, except that you are taking on Jay Foreman. Same $30 at Buffalo Wings and Rings is on the line, and we do have our caller on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Let's bring him in. Nate, how are you today, Nate?
Doing well.
Glad to hear it. Don't forget, you have Stricky as your lifeline today, so just make sure you yell lifeline loud and clear if you need that. Sound good to you?
Got it.
Okay, hold on the line. We will get Jay his 4 questions first, and then, Nate, we will get to you. All right, Jay, your round of the shootout begins here in 3, 2, and 1. Which Major League Baseball team does Zach Wheeler play for, the Phillies or the Braves?
Phillies.
Yep. Which MLB team does Teoscar Hernandez play for, the Angels or the Dodgers?
Dodgers.
Yep. Which MLB team does Jacob Wilson play for, the Athletics or the White Sox?
White Sox.
Nope. And which MLB team does Manny Machado play for?
Manny Machado?
Manny Machado.
The Padres.
The guess is the Padres, and that is correct. That's a 4-point round.
Former Baltimore Oriole.
4-point round. I was hoping I would trip you up with that one.
And he can throw hands, too.
Just ask him. Just ask him. It's a 4-point round. Nate, 4 to tie. A perfect round to win. You ready for your shot?
Let's roll it.
Okay, your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. Which MLB team does Sandy Alcantara play for, the Mariners or the Marlins?
Mariners.
It's the Marlins. Which MLB team does James Wood play for, the Nationals or the Twins?
Nationals.
Yep. Which MLB team does Gleyber Torres play for, the Tigers or the Giants?
Tigers.
Yep. And which MLB team does Pete Alonso play for?
Mets.
Dang, you guys rolled through this. We are tied at 4 since both of you got your bonus question right. That means we head to the tiebreaker. No lifeline for you on this one, Nate. Jay will give an answer in the form of a number. You will go over, under, or push his answer for the win. Sound like a plan to you?
Do it.
Okay, Jay, here's the question. Soon to be first-time All-Star Cal Raleigh leads Major League Baseball in home runs so far this season. How many home runs has Cal Raleigh hit in the 2025 MLB season?
34.
Jay says 34. Nate, we need an over, an under, or a push for the win.
Push.
$33 home runs. 33 home runs for Cal Raleigh, who went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts last night, but he still leads all of baseball with 33. Nate, a valiant effort. Thank you for playing. Try again soon.
Thanks.
Yeah, Jay.
And the only reason I knew it is because Otani hit his 30th.
And Judge also has 30.
So if that dude's leading, I know it's above 30. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known.
Wow. Look
Always
at
pay
Jay.
attention, man.
Jay, Jay, logical thinking out here.
I always is on it.
Stricky, how many of those would you have gotten right?
0.
All of them.
0.
All of them, he says.
Hey, I was just
We'll
guessing.
see about that tomorrow.
I took when you was asking me, I was like, I took the ACT.
A, B, C,
I did
D,
B
A,
once.
B, C,
I
D.
knew it can't be the next one I'm guessing on, so I'm going C, then I go D, then I'm going all above. Just trying to give me an extra point or two. It worked out phenomenally. Northwestern thought I could get in their school.
Maybe you could have if you took the right test.
I could get in. I couldn't have stayed in.
Guessed enough on the entrance exam. They're probably not giving you the Greek mythology
The coach
answers.
told me I'll get you in. But my dad said, how you going to keep them in?
Right.
Need academic support.
We still have to give the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Wait, Strick, you have a trivia question off the top of your head? If not, I'll find one real fast.
I think I sent you one to your email.
To my email?
I mean, your text message. I said this could be a really good trivia question. Hold on, Jay. I mean, Austin. I'm trying to figure out which. Did I send it to you on Instagram?
You want a trivia question?
Give me
Sure.
one.
What's a trivia question, Jay?
Who's the highest ranked football recruit in Nebraska history in the last
25 years. Since
Yeah,
like
25
2000.
years. Yeah.
Okay. 402-464-5685.
Oh, I sent it to you, Austin. Look, it's on Facebook. Check that out. It says, "Good question for the stricken."
Good
hold
question
that
for the stricken. See
Yeah.
what we got here.
I think that's a good question, though, Jay.
Here's a bear.
Half the stuff you send me on Facebook, I can't see. Oh,
Here's a
okay.
bear.
I see it.
You
see it now.
What you think?
Let's see. It is not Sue. Jay, we have some guesses for Marlon Lucky.
I think it's Marlon Lucky.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Let's confirm.
It's Marlon Lucky. It's not House of Spears. Does everybody know who the House of Spears is?
Stricky, do you know who the House of Spears is?
Marcus?
No. House of Spears has
It's
Nebraska
Ndamukong
ties.
Suh. That's what his name means.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
That's what Ndamukong means.
Oh.
House of Spears.
Well, what a name for a son that's become who
The
he's
House of
become.
Spears.
He
Yeah,
became
you are
that.
him.
You are that.
Can't
And
get
that's a
I should have
fact.
named Bloodline Zeus. His name is Jamal. You know what I'm saying? He got the handsome king. And you know Jamal means in Arabic, handsome king. But we need you to be Zeus.
Man,
I
this
need
cat,
you to
bro.
be Anthony Edwards. That's what I need you to be.
That ain't him. Must not run in his
He's not
bloodline.
him.
He doing
He's
it.
all right, but
Everything-
he's not him.
Everything he do is straight up in the bloodline, especially when he was in
Man.
Shotgun Willies. That's bloodline for real.
Woo, boy.
Do as I say, not as I did, young man.
Denver is looking scary again, though. I mean, this is what I thought Denver was going to be, after they won that first one. But to get off $38.3 million of Michael Porter Jr. salary, to go get Cam Johnson for $21 million, Valanciunas for 10, get Bruce Brown back for like
Right.
2.5, and then Tim Hardaway Jr., who you're not going to expect the world of. That's $37 million between those guys. You got 4 players that fit better by getting rid of one guy. Denver might officially be all the way back.
And you got Westbrook still on the team, right?
No, free agent.
Yeah.
You got to bring him back.
No, you don't. No. Tricky, would you bring him back?
No.
Dang, all that hate.
No, it's no hate. I personally just think I like what he actually did for the team, but I also know that there's playoff liabilities that come with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And regular season liabilities as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think he he showed up in some good parts in some good places for them, but I just think ultimately it's a little more trouble.
Bloodline 6'4".
Is he slew-footed?
Nah, I saw a pic.
Debunked. He's not bloodline anymore.
That's not.
It's genetic.
No, it's not from my side. But I saw the video of him. I was like, dang, that dude look like me.
He do. Ain't no lie. Ain't no cap on that. Show.
Mark and Holland, you end up winning the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. It was indeed Marlon Lucky. We do have some Nebraska football stuff to get to. Another recruit in the bag for the Huskers. And we had a question on our text line from Gus Mohawk. We'll get to that to lead off hour 2 of the show. Strick, Jay, and Austin, it's on the block.
Follow Austin, Strick, and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 93. Tonight, mainly clear skies and a light breeze, a low around 71. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot again with a high near 94. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Is your child 7 to 8 years old and wanting to get involved in competitive baseball or softball? The Nebraska Dominators have been active in the youth sports community since 1994 and are currently holding tryouts for their 7U and 8U baseball and softball teams. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more info today and provide your player the path to a successful and enjoyable youth sports experience with the help of the Nebraska Dominators.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start 2nd grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber, they donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome in hour 2 of On the Block. Congrats to Jay Foreman on his shootout with Strick win, but also to Mark and Holland for still taking home the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Austin, Jay, and Strick with you here during On the Block. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. Really got a lot of great text rolling in here on our Starter Heman Jewelers text line, including one from Gus Mohawk. Jay, we'll start with you, work our way around to Strick for this one. Here's the text from Gus Mohawk. Nick Saban won 4 championships after turning 60. Tom Osborne won 3 and retired at 60. If Coach Osborne had retired at 74, how many national championships would he have won?
At least, that's what, 14 more years?
Yeah, 14 more years.
At least 3 more.
I would have said 2.
At least 3 more. Easily. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Even with the changes coming in? BCS and everything?
Yeah, even better. Because the offense came right back to what he ran. You think Florida was running that spread stuff? Oh, no. T.O. would have really been doing work.
Does T.O. beat Miami in 01?
With that team?
At that team. 2 teams that played.
No. No. That's a good. That's one of the top 3
teams. Think it's closer?
Teams. It's probably closer.
Not 37-14, but
I think that team. I think if T.O.'s you can't really say. I think because Frank was a great coach.
Good coach.
So, that team was so talented, man. They would have gave us a little run for our money. 95. And I'm going to emphasize a run for our money.
You did not say they would have done it. Yeah. Obviously not. Would not have happened.
So, I mean, I think it would have been closer, but I think that's one of the, I guess when I look at it, the top 4 teams of all time. Within realistic eras, right? I'll probably, obviously us, USC, that Miami team.
You talking about one with Reggie Bush, that USC team?
Yeah. Us, the Miami team. I'm sure there's one I probably missed. I don't really.
None of the Florida
1940s
teams.
Army.
None of the Tebow.
Yeah, maybe that.
50s Oklahoma.
Yeah, those you just throw one
maybe.
of those teams. Yeah. I don't really think LSU is one of the greatest teams. I think they had a lot of talent. I don't think no.
Really? They were really good, man.
Yeah, but they were winning games 49 to like 50. Like
still skill.
Yeah, but you ain't playing no defense. That means we would have scored 50 points and you would not by now have had the football. Because we just go, you know what I mean?
we running it down your paws.
They allowed 22 points per game in 2019.
Right.
They scored 48.
That's 22 too many because Nebraska would have had 30 something. Easy work.
Okay, so the close games that you're talking about, they beat Texas on the road 45-38. They did give up 38 points to Vandy.
Yeah.
In a 66-38 win.
That part.
Let's see. Of those points, 21 of them came in the second half after LSU was up 38-17 at the half.
Joe Burrow would have been
that really good game against Alabama, 46-41. Ole Miss, 58-37. And then from there, their closest game was 42-25 against Clemson in the championship.
Joe Burrow would have been like Peyton Manning was when y'all got to him. Boy, he was over there like Happy Feet 1 and 2.
Yeah, and they were
he was doing the shuffle.
I mean, you know what? I think I'm not going to disrespect them because they got a lot of great players. I think they're probably easily top 8.
They are good. They really are. They were good.
They were a good
I
team.
agree. I don't think defensively, but offensively, they were really good.
But I'm gonna tell you this: that Alabama team that had like Julio Jones and all that they would have beat that team. But in that Alabama, hold on, them Alabama teams
were legit.
Hold on, all them teams they would have ran through LSU like no other. Dude. They had dudes that were third team going first round. You got to think. You had Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ingram.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All their offensive line playing in the league. And not even going to talk about the defense.
Get him, Jay.
I don't think they run. I'm not saying they don't win. I'm just saying they don't run through them like that.
Jay, tell him, Jay.
Legit.
Get him.
Doug, with those defensive backs and that defense, and you're talking about dudes like Rolando McClain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the dude that just retired up there from the Jets.
That's him too.
You're talking about like Reuben Foster. You talking about
Reuben Foster?
Listen, Austin. We talking about straight killers. Hightower. That went to New England. We're talking first round lottery. We're talking dudes that are for real.
They own your neck.
Yeah.
Austin.
Patrick Queen, Grant Delpit, Caleb Von Chasen, Neil Farrell.
We don't
Derek
care about
Stingley,
all them.
Christian Fulton.
No, what?
Not for real.
Are you serious right now?
Really?
They're not that level yet. But I'm talking about as college players.
Bruh.
Okay, Austin, since we're going to go.
Okay, get him. Jay.
Roll that. Just go down.
Roll the bean
defense
footage.
From when Saban was there.
Yeah, roll the beautiful bean
You're
footage.
talking 2011 or
Any team that you
2009?
want.
Whatever number
You
want.
pick the team. You're taking Alabama. You pick the team.
You just do it. Just pick him. Just throw it up
Throw
in
it
the
in the air and grab it.
Yeah, I got my man co-signing over here. You need a car loan? Go to East Stricky.
All right, let's do that 2011 Alabama team.
Yeah, do that.
2011 Alabama.
Do that while you
lost the game. Lost the game. LSU did not. Point Austin.
What?
Dante Hightower, Mark Barron, Courtney Upshaw, C.J. Mosley, Dre Kirkpatrick.
That's a weak one.
Vinny Sinceri.
Jay.
HaHa Clinton Dix.
HaHa would
He
have
was
shut.
first
He
round.
would have shut Jay Chase down.
He's
That
Easy
was
work.
young HaHa, though.
He would have got. Jefferson would have got off the line with HaHa.
Would you like to undo your pick and do 2009 Alabama?
Yeah.
Sure, Austin. We can do 2009 Alabama.
Or we can do Auburn with
Cam.
Cam. Yeah.
That was a one-man band. 2009 Alabama did go undefeated. Okay, so we're tied there. Rolando McClain, Mark Barron, Kareem Jackson down the list, Marcel Darius,
First round.
Terrence Cody,
Third round pick.
Dante Hightower only played 4 games that year. Courtney Upshaw,
Tuscaloosa.
Dre Kirkpatrick only played 12 of the 14. Rod Woodson, not that one.
Not that one.
That's what I got.
Yeah, you just named like 8 first round picks. What do you mean that's all you got?
I did 5 or 6 for LSU.
No, they weren't first round picks. None of them. Derek Queen. That's it. None of them were. Patrick who?
Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen.
Not Derek Queen.
Okay. That's it.
Derek Queen would be a good tight
Derek
end.
would have been out there trying to cross somebody over.
That's it.
I will give you that 2009 Alabama defense was better. Like, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying I don't think they dominate that 2019 LSU team.
Get the gap.
But why? Why though?
Because that offense was historically good.
Do you understand?
Historically good.
Hold on. Historically good is different than being great when you play against great competition as far as the defense goes. Let me tell you something. Darius and those dudes were punished.
Beat down.
He was a one-man wrecking crew.
Light work.
I don't disagree. They were all great players. I just think you're selling 2019 LSU a little bit.
I'm not selling them short. They were really good, especially when they was going against some scrubs from Clemson.
I don't know if I go that far for that one.
What's the dude number 47, the linebacker? Come on now. He couldn't even beat me, and I got 2 bad ankles. I mean, come on now. I mean, let's just be real.
Let's be real about it.
Yeah, let's be realistic. D-line was straight.
D-line was straight. That Clemson team, I'll pull them up now because you're making me do some research.
The defensive line at Clemson was really good. Not matured yet, but they were really
2019 good. Clemson defense. Isaiah Simmons, James Skalski, Kayvon Wallace, Nolan Turner, Darian Kendrick, AJ Terrell, Jake Venables, Xavier Thomas, KJ Henry, Mario Goodrich, Andrew Booth was there on that team.
Oh, he got fired in Denver.
That's Calvin.
Oh,
good try though.
This is kinfolk.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that's a good game. I'm just picking 2019 LSU in that one.
I understand. That's just your age range and stuff. That's what you're supposed to. This is like everybody says that 2009 defense is the best defense.
Yeah, like everybody says Golden State would have beat, the Bulls.
Well, they would have.
Okay.
Chicago, don't pass, go. Warriors in 5.
With KD?
Wow.
Yes.
Negative. Pip locks him down. Easy work. Jordan gives whoever.
No, sir.
There's no one,
sir.
first of all, that can cover Jordan.
Draymond
Green, he gets, Rodman gets 30 rebounds a game on Draymond. Easy work.
I hate to tell you, Draymond's a better player than Worm.
Bruh, here we go. Let me get off. It's time to move on. Let's move on. I don't even want to talk to this
Dennis
guy.
had a better skill. Dennis was the best rebounder in NBA history. Draymond's better defender, though.
But did you hear what Isaiah Thomas told Draymond?
I did not.
He essentially told Draymond and Steph and Clay, the only reason you guys are pretty much going to Hall of Fame is because you had to go get KD. And his points were valid. You won 2 with KD. Now you won 4. Now all of a sudden you're in a different.
They won 2 without KD.
Listen to what I'm saying. You hearing me? He said, since you won 4, you all go to another stratosphere on that team. Without KD, he essentially said, without KD,
you only 2 in.
Right. And then he said, essentially, without KD, you might not even get the last one. And you know what's funny? Draymond agreed with him. He shook his head like, yeah, you're right. But I'm still going to Hall of Fame.
That part. I mean, yeah, I agree. It moved you up a tier in the Hall of Fame or 2.
I'm just saying.
But Steph won 1 before and after KD. Steph did that.
Yes.
I'm Team Steph on that one. MT Westy agrees with me as well. Warriors for sure. Quit holding on to the past.
Oh, against the Jordan and the Bulls?
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even have a chance.
Crazy work.
Dude, Tony Kukoc came off the bench.
Right. Crazy work. Crazy
Overrated.
work.
Overrated.
Crazy work.
Tony
Crazy
Kukoc was cold-blooded coming off the bench. Steph getting locked up probably by Pip.
Facts. No. Pip's got KD.
Pippen only had to guard inside the 3-point line.
Listen, the fact is this.
6 feet
Who's
further.
covering MJ?
I just told you.
You're putting Klay Thompson on it?
Who? Iguodala.
Man, please.
He's doing what he did
Bruh.
in the first finals, right?
Bruh.
He's quote unquote stopping him getting finals MVP for it.
LeBron is not MJ on that side of the ball, my boy. No, sir. Sorry.
Yeah,
He's going straight to the point. He's
coming to
going
defend your boy?
straight to the post, and he's giving him everything he want down there and double team if he want.
Okay,
Steve
let's
Kerr, any of them is knocking down all that work.
Hey, let's play your next hypothetical then, Stricky.
No, man, bump don't high. Let's move on, man.
You sent me something on Malone.
Westy's crazy work right now. The fact that he even opened his mouth to say
Karl
that.
Malone versus LeBron.
Oh, come on.
Do the Jazz get one?
Yeah.
If they face
Facts
2013 Miami.
Facts.
No. Hell no.
You're saying he at least gets one.
No.
He said two. He gets one.
It was a fifth. He got the ball stolen. He got the ball stolen from
Dallas
him.
beat the brakes off of them with nobody.
They had Dirk. And I take Dirk and I take Dirk over the mailman. I don't know I do not know what John Stockton did to you that you thought he was 6'4". He's 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Next thing you know,
that don't stop the fact that he worked.
But
That's
listen,
you talking
LeBron,
like he over here talking like Gilbert Arenas right now.
I am.
Gilbert
That's
Arenas over there talking.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he gave Stockton some work and Stockton worked him over. The same thing you saying.
All I'm saying is this. Here's what I know.
Crazy work.
Here's exactly what I know. The same way Jordan put them to sleep after that bad pizza, the same thing you do against LeBron, what he did against your boys from Boston. You back him in the corner, he will zip up his suit, if you know what I'm saying, and Karl Malone can't handle him. He's as big as Karl Malone, but he's faster. It ain't even gonna happen.
Handle.
It ain't gonna happen.
You put Byron Russell takes him.
Oh, no.
Easy work.
You just see, I do not know what LeBron did to you, man. And you know what's funny?
Byron Russell.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what LeBron.
Easy work.
I don't know
Who's covering Hornacek?
Ray Allen.
And you just bypassing Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, easy
Dwayne
work.
Wade is historically overrated.
Howard Isley got him easy. Howard Isley easily shut him down. No problem.
Jay Pitts, if you're listening, when Dwayne Wade come in town, he gonna come see Strick.
Oh man,
just the disrespect.
No way, no, I didn't. Listen,
we gotta get Brown. We got call it. We gotta get in. We gotta get in the. Was it Illuminati?
Chris
or
Bosh
whatever?
disappears against Utah. He don't
Kevin
want
Lowe?
no smoke.
What about Kevin Lowe?
Who?
Lowe.
That was Cleveland. We're talking 2013 Miami.
Where are you at?
Oh, that was Cleveland. Yeah, my bad.
What did you hit a
I'm
time
tripping.
work? What is it? Bill and Ted's?
What about Ray Allen? What about Ray Allen?
He misses
He's better than Hornacek.
He misses the shot just like he barely made the shot against
and
San
y'all are
Antonio.
sleeping on my boy Battier. Battier is the one that's locking up mail.
Facts. Easy work.
No, Battier's locking up
Getting
mail.
worked on.
No.
Pause. Eric, come
mean?
in and help me out.
Did you guys know? So Mario Chalmers was on that team.
Yeah.
I found out yesterday that Mario Chalmers wrote a children's book.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know Mario
I didn't
Chalmers
know
could
that.
read.
He went to Kansas.
Like Kansas education.
Hey,
like you.
let me ask you a question.
Greg Ostertag really doing something?
No.
Let
me ask you the question.
The big dog.
Yeah, Antoine.
With the word of Moakley's out there.
No.
We should just-
No, let me ask you a question though. Baron Davis said something that I actually don't have an answer for, but he said that Paul Pierce is the greatest out of LA.
Ooh. Like born and raised.
He's when you think about it, he's the only Hall of Famer really that's came.
Well, is Reggie from there? Reggie
He's Reggie.
Miller? Well, he went to.
He's kind of from the Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
down there.
Yeah,
he's from
I'm
the
sure
suburb.
Paul Pierce is probably
From the heart of LA.
Yeah.
He's from Inglewood.
yeah. There ain't no
I
doubt
don't know.
about it.
I thought that was interesting when I thought about it. I was like,
Baron
ooh.
Davis is funny, man. You see when Draymond got on him talking about they waiting for him in Turkey because he didn't cut his hair. He's like, he got a bad hairline. His stuff is like this, like a 45-degree angle. And he said he told a funny story. This is something like kind of with a little bit of football to us. Remember when Keyshawn had his like dinner club out in LA?
Yeah.
You had to be suited
That's
and booted. Him and Baron Davis grew up together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Baron Davis called him to get in. He was like, "No, you can't get in. You can't come in here with them, with your boys." So then they went home. Baron Davis put a suit on. He's like, "You good, but they ain't." And they called him on it too.
They called him out.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
and they were
I
on the
love it.
podcast. It was pretty funny.
Love it.
What's the best basketball player from Minneapolis then?
Khalid El Amin.
Probably the best player that that has ever came out of Minnesota is Sam Jacobson.
Oh, Sam Jacobson. Okay, we actually played them, and I gave him that work. Hey, look, Sam Jacobson shut down. We beat them in the barn and down here. Strict Watch your mouth now.
But Bobby Jackson gave y'all work, though.
No. Bobby did. Bobby played well.
Yeah, he came down here and gave you work.
But they still took an L. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have to deal with Bobby because, you know, I would have worked Bobby over. Now, Bobby was tight, though. I got to give Bobby credit.
But I think
Bobby
Sam, when you locked up Sam, he was like a freshman.
He was young. He was a young buck.
Yeah,
he was a young buck.
He was a freshman.
Yeah, he was a young buck. I put that that elbow grease on him.
Yeah.
Hiya!
I want to George. You know who the best player?
Where you going, young buck?
The
only
player.
one I couldn't punk is who?
Oh, Paul.
Paul. That's the only one I couldn't punk.
Paul Pierce?
Yeah, he's the only one I couldn't punk. He was a young buck. I couldn't get him. I tried too.
Unfazed.
I tried. We almost got him in Kansas, but we lost. But I couldn't get Paul. I couldn't get him. The LA Inglewood came out. I couldn't.
Well, but Inglewood and Lawrence.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
He well, I'd probably say the best player from Minnesota's got to be Kevin McHale. He from way up there.
He's from Canada.
He's from.
He like when that dude
what is it called?
Eclair.
No,
he from like Hibbing or somewhere way up there. When that dude called in on the after game show, and I told us like, man, you up there from Thief River Falls, way up there, the Iron Range. He's mad at the world.
He went beyond Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, he went. No, he ain't. He's way up there. He ain't even really. He
didn't ice fish in Lake Minnetonka.
He ain't even in Minnesota. He Canadian.
I mean, that's.
He was on the
not
border.
that far from like Duluth.
Who? Where
Hibbing.
No, I think he's from like way up there. Where is he from?
Hibbing.
That's
you
where
were
he's
right.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's
that
up
is
there.
sound country. But he's probably the best one.
Yeah.
I
Kevin was.
Yeah,
Listen,
cold.
they've got moves for Kevin because he was so cold that they called. We're working on Kevin McHale's.
Yeah.
Up and unders.
Up and unders.
Man, he would kill you with it, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Did you ever play against John Thomas from Minnesota? Yeah.
Big John.
Yeah. We worked for the NBA. And,
Big John. He was a big cock strong dude. Yeah. He played in the league a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember him.
He got it.
Yeah.
Any NBA players from Montana that you know?
Oh, what's my guy? Man, he was real slim, about 6'6". He played in the. Gosh, I can't remember his name. He had a short stint in the league.
Oh, it's Quincy Lewis.
Quincy Lewis.
Yeah. He ain't from Minnesota though.
But I liked him.
Yeah, he was cold.
Good
He
game.
seemed like he was at the Gophers for like 8 years.
Yeah. Quincy could go though. Yeah, I liked his game.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
Let's go to break. We'll continue some sort of sports conversation on the other side. But I think
I
think the final point stands. 2019 LSU clears and the Warriors clear. So glad we're agreed. We'll go to break.
Dude coming back.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 6th, enjoy all-natural whole pork butt for $1.99 per pound, lumberjack pellets for $3.99 when you buy $25 in meat, buy 5, get 5 free on original brat patties, and beef short ribs for $6.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln, Cordell & Cordell, 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68508.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
We're back here during On the Block. Austin Orman, Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman with you. This segment of the show brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. They're based in Hallam, Nebraska, and offer a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today for more information, 402-430-3852, or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Some more Nebraska football recruiting news. I know you guys touched on some big offensive line commits for the Huskers, but just yesterday they secure a commitment from another wide receiver. They flipped Nayland Scott not too long ago, about a week ago now at the end of June, and then just yesterday they secure the commitment from a guy that looks like he's going to play in the slot, 5'11", 175-pound receiver Larry Miles out of Winter Garden, Florida. That's a couple few receivers now in the class. When you look at what Nebraska has, Nayland Scott, Larry Miles, Davion Bonwell, Whitty as well, a commit from all the way back in October. A lot going on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, I mean, you only have 2 defensive guys in your class. That's just about a double-digit number of players right now. Strick, we'll start with you. Jay, we'll cycle it around to you then. Strick, with only 2 defensive players in the class, do you recommend, would you think Nebraska goes defense heavy in the high school ranks for the 2026 class? Or is that you think, hey, you got some upperclassmen departing this year, you'll just fill their spots in the portal?
Yeah, it seems as if they've found a good balance to me of portal. And look, let's just be honest about it. There's not many, they're not logging and stacking out of high school like they used to. I think especially on the defensive side, here's why I say that. Jay, you can help me.
Yeah.
You understand better than most that the physicality, the mental, all that's dumped on you, the different coverages, schemes, all of these different things coming in as a young fella. There are anomalies, there are guys, but you can tell me which position is it easy to transition to. And
Right.
then also with regards to physicality, and you don't have a whole bunch on your mind that can overload you, right?
Right.
That's why I think people may be looking on the defensive side as far as easier to pull and plug and play. That's my thought on it. You want more mature guys that you've kind of had some film on, you can move them in or cycle guys up from, that had been kind of laying in wait and have a good balance of those. Mm-hmm. Because it seems like they've been very heavy transfer portal for the offensive side to me.
Yeah.
And it looks like it may be shifting a little bit. They found some guys that have a year or two, so they don't have to really look on that side. I think that maybe is where they're looking. I don't know, Jay. Help me.
I mean, I think it's just it obviously depends on the talent pool. And if you have a little, I guess, a watering hole recruiting wise, that you like to think they're attacking Florida pretty hard. They probably, I think, with Coach Simpson, I think it is, has a lot of connections down there. So you think those guys
Addison Williams just came from there.
Right, more ready-made, good connections, kind of trust the process a little bit. And then when you want to have enough in the medium part of your room, in particular wide receiver room, stair stack it to where you got guys developing. Because ideally, you don't want to have to go to the portal every year to get receivers. You want to, and that's why I think they went senior, I guess soon to be sophomore this year. And obviously, they had the one kid from Kentucky that ended up going back. But, I think it's big, when you're able to get guys, flip them, you got to take them. You got to take them, especially if they fit like a certain body type or skill set. And then eventually I think the defense will come around. But also I'll tell you, look, just because you come in as an offensive player doesn't mean that you're going to be an offensive player at the end. You could switch to defense. There's a lot of guys. I mean,
did you have experience with that?
I do. And so does Prince. Came in as a running back. You got to think it was that's how we got Amir. I think Nebraska's the only one who's going to allow him to be a running back. A lot of people looked at him as a defensive back. You can go all the way back to Marshall Faulk, San Diego State. So, I think you just got to make sure you get the best athletes, and then generally the cream will rise to the top, and it'll always, play itself out.
Do we think we know what kind or what style of receiver Dana Holgorsen likes yet? Do we see enough in 4 games to say, yeah, Dana Holgorsen wants this type of player at wide receiver? Or do you think we'll learn more about that this season?
I think what he did is he looked at what was here and saw that there was some value with, Nayor and the like. And how can we get better? We need guys that have that same type of physicality, but can really create separation a little bit more. And I think he feels that, who he was able to bring in can do that. I think he looked at the versatility from the running back room of what Emmett Johnson can bring, being able to get out of the backfield, catch out of the backfield, a little bit of versatility there. Also using Ramir Johnson the way that he did. So I think that he's figuring kind of a type that he wants to be able to use and to be able to accentuate Dylan Raiola's what he does well. And so there's definitely possession. There's being able to create some separation. Hopefully having good hands can top some things, go up and get them. I mean, obviously that could be Randy Moss, but still be able to go up and top hat some things. And that's where I think they want to build off of. A good balance of run with pass, but also with the threat with Barney and those guys getting older, more mature, and a little bit better that can stretch the field. And at the tight end position.
Yeah, I also think that, when you look at his, at least from little I know, like he's done it with a different like body type or receiver when he was really rolling. I mean, he had Tank Dell down in Houston, had, Stills and all those guys at West Virginia. I think Shorts, the coach, was there. He's a bigger, receiver. Then I think you had Austin. Tavon Austin? Yeah, and he's a little water bug. And then they had, so I think he will call plays, and I think the best thing he can do is just fit the plays to the athletes they get. Now, obviously, you'd like to have, Randy Moss out running out there at one. Then you'd like to have a Justin Jefferson on the other side, and then you want to have whoever,
Brandon Stokely.
or some or like a Tyreek Hill type in the middle, but that's not going to be it. So you can't sit there
and a Tony Gonzalez or something.
Tight end, right. So I think he's going to just see the guys that can do well and then, curtail the plays and kind of the concepts to it.
I'm going to throw something at you though, Austin. How do you think Carter Nelson is used this year? At what type of position? Is it more of a hybrid? Is it more legit tight end? Or is it more kind of in that slot position? Like, how do you view him possibly being used this year?
I think first and foremost depends on how healthy he is. Had a couple surgeries this offseason. We'll see how close to full go he is, come fall practice and fall ball. So I think that'd be my first answer is we'll see how healthy he is. Ideally for Carter Nelson, that's a guy that, with his height, and you hear tight end, right? You initially think, red zone threat. But I really think Carter Nelson is more of a between the 20s guy because I think he has those long strides, can accelerate past maybe some linebackers, post up some DBs here and there. But Jay, correct me if I'm wrong. I think most teams will get bigger the closer to the goal line they get defensively, which is where I think you'd rather have a Jack Stoll, a Travis Vokolek, an Austin Allen type. Lindenmeyer on this team right at tight end, where I think Nelson will help you, pick up yards, move the chains between the 20s, but he's going to be a threat to score from 25 more than he is from 10.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. And I guess you could say even to the green zone, which now with the way they call offense is closer to 30. I think if he's healthy, and depends on, how big he is, or whatever, and physically, I think he gives you versatility. He could be a move tight end. One that's always in motion, and then you get him, kind of blocking the edges and doing chip blocking. So you're creating confusion there from a defensive standpoint, like a linebacker. You got to account for him in the box, but I think he could really also.
I think he's got wheel potentials too.
Right. Then he's 12 personnel. He can play in the slot. You can kind of probably do a little tight end reverse or something like that. And then also, I think he could, if he's healthy, he could be an X factor. But I think it's also there's so many guys now. The hardest thing I think they're going to have to do is find ways to get everybody enough touches and catches, and everybody stay focused on the main thing.
Is that more on the defense or the offense to get all those guys more touches?
The defense don't want none of them to have no touches. But you mean
Nebraska's?
Yeah. Now it is. That is a secondary part of that. They got to play well in order to give the offense more possessions.
But the offense has to extend drives.
They got to extend drives. They can't do a Florida State where Florida State had a really good portal year and then went over there and it seemed like they were calling plays. You know this trick in basketball. You get these super teams. All right, we got to get Strick, 10 shots. We got to get Austin 8. We got to make sure Jay gets, threes and all that. And then next thing you know, you're down by 16. So you got to make sure that the main thing is the main thing. And I think that's the most important thing for the whole team is that everybody is focused on doing the right thing because everybody will get individual accolades off of team success.
I've got a mental block right now, but Has anybody heard about what our previous tight end is doing as far as training?
Forfeiture?
No.
Fedoni?
Yeah.
Fedoni?
He's down with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, have you heard any news about how his
Seems like he's doing all right. He was at tight end academy with George Kittle and them. So at least he's you got to pay your way to get in there, and so he's a rookie, so he don't even have any NFL experience. It's good for him. I mean, he's doing everything. It seems like the right things to get better at some of the things he needs to get better at.
Yeah,
and learning from vets.
Well, the Jets have been one of those. I mean, not Jets.
Giants,
the Giants have been one of those type of teams that find these kind of hybrid wild type of tight, like England. Was it England or
Ingram, yeah.
Bruh, he was tough.
Yeah.
They kind of find those type of tight ends out there.
They also signed Darren Waller, traded for him
Right.
from the Raiders,
Yeah.
and he's back now. Did y'all touch on that?
Yeah, we
He did. He's in Miami.
Yeah, we
That's the
did.
only way-
Weird. I do not understand that one the slightest.
Well, his old position coach is the tight end coach at Miami. He said there's only
there it
two
is.
guys
There
that
it
could get
is.
him out of retirement. John Gruden, who's not coaching, and then the tight end
That
coach at Miami.
position coach.
Yeah. And I'm sure his head's a little bit more clear.
Yeah. Don't know if I'd love a guy with a history of concussions catching hospital balls over the middle from King
Tua.
Concussion himself.
Yeah.
But all right. More power
As
to you.
long as he's focused, he's a problem, man. I mean,
that
if he's healthy and he's focused, there's not much separation between him and George Kittle and all that stuff and all those guys, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you got an offensive coordinator.
Would you rather have him or Mark Andrews?
Oh, I'm gonna trust Mark Andrews. I mean, Mark Andrews is a little long in the tooth, but Mark Andrews is a problem too. I mean, right now I would. Mark Andrews played last year, so I'm gonna take him. But Waller's a totally different tight end. He's a hybrid between like George Kittle and like the younger version of Travis Kelce. And I think Kittle obviously is a better blocker, but he has the body type of like Kelce. But I'd probably say he's faster than Kelce.
Probably at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely at this point, but those first couple of years with the Raiders, he was the real deal.
Okay, last question before we go to break here. We do have some breaking news we'll get to wrap up the show. Who's the best tight end in the NFL right now?
I'm gonna say Kittle.
Yeah, you gotta go with Kittle. He just got paid too.
He did. What's holding you back from saying Kelce?
Travis?
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't.
Time has passed.
He's got too much. He's got a lot of things going on. I mean, he's just not. You could just tell this year he just wasn't in shape. He wasn't the best version of who he is. He's still a top 5-6 tight end. I was just surprised late in the year when it became money time. It
didn't reemerge.
No, he didn't look good in the Super Bowl.
He did not. I agree.
But
yeah,
Lucky's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I like Musgrave from
I mean,
McBride.
McBride. I mean, there's tight ends everywhere. If you don't have a good tight end, you just kind of like,
you're not trying.
Right?
You got there's so many small forwards out there.
Yeah, they're there.
Eric, we are not going to talk about that. So sorry, not sorry. Breaking news out of the NBA: DeAndre Ayton is a Laker. We'll talk about that. Get to another question from the text line. That's how we'll wrap up On the Block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us for Early Break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the brand new Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket. We'll showcase the brand new hotel and preview its grand opening. That's Early Break this Thursday from 6 to 9 a.m. at the Residence Inn at 9th and R in the Haymarket.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and the hail sale has been a huge success, but is winding down. We still though have several units with huge discounts. Plus, we have brand new Sierras, $14,000 off list, or starting at $37,105, or 0.9% APR on select new models. Yes, you heard right. $14,000 off or 0.9% APR on new Sierras starting at $37,105. So please check us out at cobblecars.com. All deals with roof credit, stock number G289358.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village. Is your child 7 to 8 years old and wanting to get involved in competitive baseball or softball? The Nebraska Dominators have been active in the youth sports community since 1994 and are currently holding tryouts for their 7U and 8U baseball and softball teams. Visit the Nebraska Dominators Facebook page for more info today and provide your player the path to a successful and enjoyable youth sports experience with the help of the Nebraska Dominators.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Back one final time here doing On the Block. Final segment of the show brought to you as always by Love Volleyball. Omaha, Stricky, people are giving you props. You called it, DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers. Like it, love it, hate it. Where are you at with DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers?
Yeah, Jay and I both said that this was important because they had 3 pitches. It was 3-0, and they needed to get strikes. And it was 3-2. They was on the verge of walking the man in for the game winning walk-off walk. And they stepped up. They landed. They needed one of them, basically, right, Jay?
And they only had one left.
They only had one left. Two disappeared real quick. One was left, and they were able to get it done. So, shout out to Pelinka for doing and getting it done. Now, I still think he's not the same type of threat that Turner could have been for them with the stretch part of him, and then which Capella could have been for the lob threat of him. Mm-hmm. And both in being able to cover the rim, lob threat. Luka likes that. I don't think, and I could be wrong, he could shift his game. I don't know if it's the type of player that Luka would have wanted. I think he probably would have wanted more Capella, but it is what it is. It was the best option at that time.
Yeah, it's the only option. I mean, it's a real big drop off to where they thought they were at the beginning of free agency.
Yeah.
And then the big thing is, like, this is officially Luka's team, right? Because that doesn't really affect how LeBron plays. And I mean, it does. I mean, but it's, Anthony Davis is significantly, obviously, better than DeAndre. Now it really puts the pressure back on what does LeBron want to do? Because when you look at DeAndre, everybody knows what type of guy he is, right? You late to work. You got lost going to the practices.
Was he the one that got snowed in?
You got snowed in. You couldn't get out of your driveway. Then you got lost or were late. Now, granted, being up in Portland can make you do those things like playing with the Raiders back in the day. But if I'm LeBron, they're not trying to win a championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get your $52 million whether you're in LA or New York or whatever. It might be time. If I'm LeBron, if I have any part in my mind that I don't want, that I don't see the future here because the future is Luka and now DeAndre, I'm bouncing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like right now.
Right now.
And no hard feelings either.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to work out good for you. Hopefully you get some stuff back. Let's go.
Would the Lakers trade LeBron to the Clippers for Kawhi straight up?
Dang.
Wait a minute, Austin. You throwing some wrinkles in the mix. Yeah.
He's like Bobby Marks or whatever his name is. Got the trade dude. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Money works.
Yeah.
But you got to play with
Clippers
James
could also
Harden.
do a package and play the two of them together.
Ooh,
but
yeah, I don't know if
James Harden?
That part.
But
he's back. But he's back with his boy.
Bogdanovich, Powell.
He's back with his boy, T. Lou.
James Harden is?
No, LeBron.
Yeah. But you go from one point guard that's out of shape to another one that's out of shape. And you only...
and none of y'all play D.
Yeah, and you playing in the same arena. But you got Zubac, though.
You do. Killer.
None of them play D.
I've also heard potential of LeBron to Dallas.
How does that work? For who?
Let me pull it back up
Klay
here.
Thompson.
Pull it back up here.
So you would have to probably do Clay and your boy Dookie?
No.
Lively?
No, D-Live stays. Give me a sec here. Got it. Let's see here. Future Hall of Famer Klay Thompson, along with first-fill contributors Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, would get the deal done financially.
But
I'm taking that. LeBron, Cooper Flag, Anthony
alternating
Davis.
days.
1 year. Yeah, I mean, it could work for 1 year. No Kyrie early. He come back late.
Your boy Nico keeps his job. He makes another good
hold
trade.
on a second. I like what you said, but I'm going to hold on a second. LeBron does not like D'Lo.
Oh, you can move that contract.
How does that work?
D'Lo gone in a couple months. Thanks for I hope you
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, I hope you didn't put a down payment. Send D'Lo back to LA. Surprise.
Or here's the other one from The Athletic. What about would the Lakers trade LeBron for Jimmy Butler straight up?
I wouldn't touch Jimmy Butler right now. I like him.
The Lakers would. They'd do anything.
Lakers probably would, but I wouldn't.
That.
It's too much. Not if I'm down. See, Dallas can't really do a whole bunch of craziness right now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the
cachet.
The cachet. They don't have that to be able to do. Like everybody right now is feeling pretty good about the coup. Like you can see, like they showed in the Dallas, arena in AAC, American Airlines. Yeah, American Airlines.
It's center, not arena. Right?
Yeah, center. I'd be trying to make sure I get it right. But anyway, they showed the fans. The fans were excited. They feeling good again. You don't want to throw nothing in there to where they like, here we go again. Like on GTA.
Man.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I can see it. I like that. The Dallas. I like Golden State even a little bit more, though.
For who? Jimmy Butler?
Straight up. Money works. In fact, Jimmy's making more than Bron next year. Against the cap. Mm-hmm.
Steph wouldn't mind probably LeBron.
He want to play with LeBron.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind that.
Last thing then.
That's Draymond's boy. It works.
True.
It works.
2280 wants to know, Strick, did you ever play against Tracy Murray? Dude was cold in high school and college.
Yeah. T. Murray? Yeah, number 30. T. Murray, he can get buckets now.
Yeah,
he can shoot it.
He can shoot that three.
He can shoot it. Yeah. We've caught up a couple of times in a few golf events that I did in Cali.
How's the swing?
It actually was working. It was working in the last golf event. I got another one coming up, going to John Starks in September as well. So yeah, I got a couple coming up. Me and Jay won't take me out here because he knows I get him on that athlete and have him.
Hole 14. See ya.
Yeah.
John Starks.
Jay, what we got on old school here, real quick?
Yeah, but we're gonna talk a little bit about collective bargaining. Obviously some GMs are wanting that. Obviously, it makes their job a little bit easier. Then 5:30, we got Kathy Martinez coming in with the AFN golf tournament, which we will have a team in, and then we're putting a bow on old school. That quick on Wednesday.
There we
2 days
go.
before July 4th.
We'll get to it.
Cleaning that grill tonight.
Strick on the NJ in the middle. I'm Moss, and this has been On the Block. We got old school right after this.